In the world of sports betting, embracing the thrill is part of the fun, but equally important is to acknowledge our own limitations and heed that inner voice that urges us to pause when necessary, ensuring that our enjoyment stays balanced and responsible. We're joined by Counsellor Yasmin Gaibi as we delve into this topic even more. Welcome to Afternoon Express. So, how does one go about enjoying sports betting, but at the same time being responsible?
I think we first have to propagate the fact that it can be enjoyable and it's a fun pastime.
Yes.
But it is a pastime and not a livelihood. I think once we get that message across that it can be playful, but when it gets earnest, we need to then draw back. So when we speak about spontaneity, people often think we have to act in the moment. But spontaneity actually just means creating a framework and acting within that framework. And you can be as spontaneous as you need to be.
Yes. So
that would be sort of responsible betting.
Tell me about emotional well-being. So you speak about spontaneity and joy and fun and excitement. How does that come into play with acknowledging that, but at the same time knowing when to tune into your body and go, okay, I need to be responsible now and I need to stop?
I think that's the framework, right? It's the idea of knowing who you are and what your limitations are. So the idea of affordability, your livelihood, how does it impact you? What's the social dynamic in your life, in your space? Like, who does it impact? Like, if I'm taking this resource to use it in that capacity, like, where am I taking it from? And as long as you're responsible in that manner, it can be fun.
Okay, so I love that you say, know yourself, number one, tune into yourself and set the framework. How do we set the framework? Give me the steps, like the practical steps that one can take so that they can enjoy sport betting.
We're talking about betting, so this is money. And the idea of having sort of like understanding of financial well-being, knowing, and that, you know, the betting is just the end component. So you have to sort of backtrack and understand what's your emotional need to bet? Is it the fun element? Are you getting something from it? There's a huge dopamine kick that you get from betting. It's the same as emotional eating. So are you enjoying the food? Are you enjoying are you enjoying the spending of the money? What is the emotional component behind that? So the framework set up is knowing your financial limitations.
Yes.
And that, I think that would be it. So once you've understood that, the framework is set, and then you can dance.
Yes. Let's speak about addiction and how do we handle that and what are the resources available for people that unfortunately do get addicted?
So the idea is addictive personalities will have an addiction personality. So it's a god of small things. If you have it in big ways, you'll have it in little ways. So gambling doesn't make you an addict. You already started in that, and that sort of just feeds the component of the addiction. So it's when we speak about chemicals in the body, it feeds a dopamine system, that's the reward system. So the more you win, the more you sort of gravitate towards it.
You want more of that.
And then the idea of loss again, it's that I can get, you know, it's the loss creates a bigger pool. So when you win, it sort of makes up for the loss.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a vicious cycle.
Speak to me about resources that we can go to and spaces that we can go to when, you know, we for example, are encountering addiction or don't know how to put those boundaries in place.
There are free online spaces like Lifeline Western Cape. There's all these other organizations that speak to addiction, that all you have to do is basically go online and look it up. But the main component is that there are spaces that can deal with that. And if you find that your friend or loved one is in both dynamics, happy or sad about the loss, if you're aware of it and you're conscious of that, you know, guide that person.
Yes,
because
the resources that are
guide
available.
the person to the resources.
Thank you, Yasmin. Now, remember, World Sports Betting is offering one lucky viewer the chance to win 20,000 Rand in cash. To enter, simply head over to the competition post on our Facebook, Instagram and X pages and tell us which two teams you predict will be in the Rugby World Cup final. And be sure to include hashtag World Sports Betting. All entrants will go into a pool over the next 6 weeks, and the very lucky winner will be drawn at midday on Friday, 13th October 2023. T's and C's apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.